Welcome to Karaoke Line. Come in and say hi. You know we're gonna have a good time every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Karaoke Live Friday Night Live. Today is episode number 51. Last week was our 50th show. Special. I think it's actually almost been a year since we've been doing the show as well. So, if you didn't know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Not only is it Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and Filipino American History Month. There's a lot of voter registration deadlines that are this month, and Fannie Lou Hamer's birthday, October 6th, is tomorrow. So the anniversary of our Civil Rights Hero's birthday is tomorrow. So don't forget to vote. You have to register to vote. So make sure you pay attention to your voter registration deadlines. Tonight, we are actually going to be focusing on the first thing I said. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so we are going to be focused on domestic violence awareness. So, and because of the Me Too and Time's Up movements and the Twitter hashtag Why I Didn't Report, we're also going to, that sprung from the Kavanaugh hearings, we're also going to be focusing today's show on sexual harassment, sexual assault, and rape. So, trigger warning, if you've ever experienced any of these things, this show is going to deal with these issues very raw and real. So, just be sure that you are aware of that. So that nothing will trigger you. So, let's get started. So, I just want to start today's show by reading a little bit about domestic violence. So in October of 2016, for the Transformer newsletter, I wrote an article on Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So, we have heard the painful statistics on domestic violence. We have heard that it affects women more than men, and we assume that it affects heterosexual relationships more often than it affects the LGBTQIA community. Some of the harrowing things we have heard are true, others are not, and the truths are even more heinous. As the image above depicts, which states that women with disabilities are 40% more likely to experience intimate partner violence, especially severe violence, than women without disabilities. So, as that image depicts, just when you thought you knew all there was to know about the dehumanizing act of domestic violence, you figure out you didn't know what you thought. Even more sickening than the quote that I just said is a 2013 study done using 2010 statistics, published by the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, found that domestic violence was the same or higher for the LGBTQIA community. Bisexual women had the highest rates, with nearly 3/4 reporting some manner of abuse, while the rates were roughly half for lesbian and heterosexual women. Bisexual men also reported the highest prevalence rate, with nearly half saying they had experienced other forms of sexual violence. Gay men reported a 40% prevalence rate, and heterosexual men a little more than 20%, according to the CDC report. Domestic violence happens the same way in heterosexual relationships, but also includes additional dynamics, such as the abuser threatening to out the victim's sexual orientation or gender identity, justifying the abuse with the notion that a partner is not really lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, thereby adding to the victim's isolation, and portraying the violence as mutual and even consensual, or as an expression of masculinity or some other desirable trait. Other control mechanisms that are foreign to heterosexual relationships are the abuser saying that no one will help the victim because she or he is lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, or that for this reason the partner deserves the abuse, and monopolizing on support resources, which is a particular issue to members of the LGBT community, where there may be fewer resources, neighborhoods, or social outlets. And it turns out that abusers aren't wrong. As it turns out, the abusers aren't wrong. The CDC report mentioned earlier found that mainstream shelters are often unwilling to accept LGBTQ clients. In 2010, according to a report by the National Coalition of the Anti-Violence Project, nearly half of all LGBT survivors of abuse looking for shelters were turned away. And there's a disconnect between the police and the LGBTQIA community as well, especially concerning matters such as sexual assault and domestic violence. Police are often not equipped to offer the services and help particular to LGBT survivors. Only 7% of LGBT survivors called the police when in need of support. If these statistics aren't making your stomach turn already, 21 LGBT people were murdered by their intimate partners in 2013. 50% of them were people of color. This is the highest documented level of domestic violence homicide in the LGBT community in history. It is 2.6 more times likely that a transgender person of color will become a victim of intimate partner violence than a non-LGBT person. Which brings us to the next terrible domestic violence fact. Black women experience intimate partner violence at rates 35% higher than white women. According to the University of Minnesota's Institute on Domestic Violence in the African American Community, domestic violence is a LGBTQI issue and a black women's issue, but it's not limited to only certain groups, and no one is immune. Domestic violence is everyone's issue. The number of American troops killed in Afghanistan and Iraq between 2001 and 2010 was 6,488. The number of American women who were murdered by current or ex-male partners during that time was 11,766. That's nearly double the amount of casualties lost during war. Gun violence, homelessness, poverty, police brutality, structural racism, patriarchy, sexism, it is all intertwined with domestic violence. Be aware this October because domestic violence isn't far from anyone's doorstep. According to the American Psychological Association, intimate partner violence is the leading cause of female homicide and injury-related deaths during pregnancy. And according to the National Coalition for Homelessness, domestic violence is the third leading cause of homelessness among families. So be aware, make sure you check on people. And if you have experience or are experiencing domestic violence and you need help, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Again, that number is 1-800-799-7233. And also, if you've experienced sexual assault, sexual harassment, or rape, you can call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. Again, that number is 1-800-656-4673. Both of those national hotlines also have online 24/7 online chats that you can also talk with. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that. And next I'm going to be singing my song As Long As You Feel Like a Man. This is a song for all the ladies who have ever been hurt physically. And this is a song for all the men who think it's alright to hurt us again. 'Cause you say it's love when we say we've had enough. You say I did it because I love you. We call it abuse as long as you feel like a man. But how can you sleep at night knowing you destroyed our wings to fly? Broken wings and bruised things, shattered hearts now we're falling apart. Hold us in your cage every time you manipulate, saying it isn't that bad, it's alright. While I'm bleeding, crying, you sleep like a baby. We lie awake every night, but as long as you feel like a man. So do you feel like a man, knowing you're stronger than I could ever be? And when you lift me up, throw me around and stuff, but somehow you think it's lovely. So do you feel like a man, seeing how I screamed and ran in the humiliation, how everyone saw me? My tears straight face, the world just isn't a nice place, so I take out my knife, sworn to take my own life, all because of your hands, but it's alright. As long as you feel like a man, as long as you feel like a man. Yeah, it's alright to use your hands as long as you feel like a man. Yeah, baby, I say it's okay. This time I don't dare run away, thinking you might go crazy. It's a sick obsession, love until the death of us. And that's the way I said it. If I can't have her, no one else can. But as long as you feel like a man. But how can you sleep at night Knowing you destroyed my wings to fly, broken wings and bruised things, shattered hearts now we're falling apart. Hold us in your cage every time you manipulate, saying it wasn't that bad, it's alright. When we're bleeding, crying, you sleep like a baby, we lie awake every night. But as long as we feel like a man. So do you feel like a man, knowing you're stronger than I could ever be? And when you lift me up, throw me around and stuff, but somehow you think it's lovely. So do you feel like a man, seeing how I screamed and ran in the humiliation, how everyone saw me? My tears streak face, the world just isn't a nice place, so I take out my knife, just wanna take my own life, all because of your hands, but it's alright. As long as you feel like a man, as long as you feel like a man, yeah, it's alright to use your hands as long as you feel like a man. So it was my song, As Long as You Feel Like a Man. Now, tonight is only going to be a half-hour show. And the next song that I want to do is... Sorry, just getting everything here. Is Broken Mirror / Hurry Up Morning. When I wrote these two songs in 2010, I just combined them together. And so now we're going to sing that song. So I'm going to be reading my lyrics from Botsy.com. So you can find these lyrics on Botsy.com / Caitlin Cobb, it should be. But I'll post the link in the description. Just to be certain. So, we're going to do... So, give me 1 second. Actually, there's a couple here that we can do. In 2010 and 2009, I wrote a lot about domestic violence. And so, one of the things is Beautiful Creature, Stop Domestic Violence. It's a poem that I wrote. It was written on 6/8/2010. Beautiful creature, she lay captured, no one to hear her cries. Beautiful being, pain keeps on happening and she hurts every night. Destroyer wins, she doesn't know who she is, no one to help her now. Destroyer kills, she stays until she dies, but no one knows how. Pain again, it's another night, my friend, she lays bloody and bruised. Pain inevitable, to her it's so possible that she'll be black and blue. Threats coming, she gives up running, he finds her every time. Threats fulfilled, little princess feels ill, she lost another fight. Sorry said, she lays in her bed, no choice but to forgive. Sorry's made, but still she lies in pain, knowing this is her only way to live. Beautiful bird, she thinks she has no worth, so she never spreads her wings to fly. Beautiful creature, she lay battered, no one to hear her cries. The other poem that I wrote about domestic violence, written also 6/7/2010, is called Birds of the Air, I Envy You. I envy you, birds of the air, gentle creatures, so sweet, so fair, how you spread your wings each new morning, to fly and sing, traveling to an unknown destination. I envy you, birds of the sky, beautiful creature, animals of flight. For you have true freedom, you can flap your wings and escape, jumping down from your tree kingdom, not locked in a cage. I envy you, my feathered friends, graceful creatures, never worrying where you'll land. You live on instinct alone, flying near, flying far. Ambitious, wild, to each their own, to be who you want, to be who you are. And so I envy you, birds of the air, majestic creatures, never conforming to fear. The vultures and eagles are among you, down to the little woodpeckers and blue jays. In the bite of a storm you'll fly through, and that next morn be flying in the sun's rays. So I envy you, birds of the air, gentle creatures, so sweet, so fair. Okay, now on to Broken Mirror. Just wanted to read those. Here we go. This was written in 2010. La la, looking into the broken mirror, stuttering at what I see. The image of a broken girl couldn't be any clearer, and that girl being hurt just like me. That I didn't see her before now, since just down my spine. To even think another girl is so and her pain is also mine. Of the little innocence it is taken from us, left us shaken to too many sorrows. Now we're tumbling, each new tomorrow leaves us crumbling. But we're beautiful creatures held so captive, Lord, touch our cause. Help us to live, to destroy, babe. Lift your heads and know we're stuck in pain. We feel dead. Help us live again. Help us live again. Grant us peace, won't you please, can we be forgiven and freed? Singing, hurry up, morning sun, please rise. For sake of when I'm fighting for my life. Hurry up, morning stars, disappear. Hurry up, morning sun, please come near. Singing, hurry up, morning, let me escape this darkest night. Darkness overtaking us, trying to steal my life. Hurry up, morning stars, disappear. Hurry up, morning sun, please come near. As fast as you can, ASAP. Please hurry up, morning sun, come to me. As fast as you can, ASAP. Please hurry up, morning sun, come to me. And that was that one. Another one that I wanted to do, before I do the debut of my next Rise Up song, which is Report to the Polls. As you know, I have, I think, about 3 previous Rise Up songs, 3 or 4, and so this will be like the 4th or 5th one. And so I want to do the song that I also wrote in 2010 called Take Me Away. Each day the bruises heal, but the hands on my neck still feel real, and the damage that was done is stained in my heart. So deep setting I can't help but fall apart. The sun stays all day long, reminding me why I had to be strong. Fight for my rights and my virginity. Still every day now I wish I could take my beauty. Could you take me away to a secret place, away from the hurt and away from the pain? Take me to an alternate universe where we're so degraded, just don't hurt. Somewhere where love abounds, never lost, always found. The marks that were left on me, so much more than just skin deep, and the fear and emotions that were left behind are the hideous demons that ravage my mind. They found a way into my heart, instantaneously tore it apart. Now all that's left is bitter tears and looking over my shoulder at my paranoid fears. Can you take me away to a secret place, away from the hurt and away from the pain? Take me to an alternate universe where we're so degraded, just don't hurt. Somewhere where love abounds, never lost, always found. Can you take me away to a secret place, away from the hurt and away from the pain? Take me to an alternate universe where we're so degraded, just don't hurt. Somewhere where love abounds, never lost, always found. So that was that. Once again, if you are or have experienced domestic violence, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. You can also call that number if you think someone is experiencing domestic violence. The other number that I want to give out is National Sexual Assault Hotline, which is 1-800-656-4673. So, without further ado, for my last song of the night, I want to do my newest song, and I'm going to zoom in the camera for this one. I think, or I could stand up. If this is going to be my newest song in the Rise Up series. It is called Report to the Polls. And take a drink of water. Y'all liking the show so far? And these are all original songs, all copyrighted. Dear America, I can't make you care again, because you never cared in the beginning. Women have always been seen as second class, and it's not hard to see it. You attack when people speak out, no matter the class or creed. These are the reasons we don't speak out, because nobody believes I count. 13 reasons why I can't stand Kavanaugh's proceeding. Can I hit rewind and not have to feel this? Is it time for us to rise up, scream out that we've had enough? Rise up and vote them out, because they silence our shouts and re-victimize us when they trivialize her. When are we going to rise up as they show us they don't care? Cause the president laughs, but our pain is not a joke. We will prove our voices count. We'll report to the polls. Survivors will rise up and shape an America that cares. And they ask, why did you wait so long? Do you really want to mess with his life? Caught between his past and future, but what about mine? They ask, why did we wait so long? I ask, why have they been in office so long? Why did she wait so long? Think they've been in office too long. Why did we wait so long? Think they've been in office too long. Think they've been in office too long. Why do men get to dictate what I do with my body? I think they've been in office too long. It is time for us to rise up. Report to the polls that we've had enough. Rise up and vote them out. They can't silence our shouts. They re-victimize us when they trivialize her. That's why women are rising up, because they show us they don't care. They're ignoring all truths once again, and the president is laughing. They tell us they don't think our pain counts. Their time's up, it's time to vote them out. I've had enough, haven't you too? I'm sick and tired of having to say me too. And justifying to you why I didn't report. Because he was a family friend. I didn't want to be responsible for ruining my family. I told someone I trusted, but they didn't believe. The cops didn't take me seriously. My case got denied. Now he's still roaming the streets. Hurts worse than a knife. I was too young to comprehend. I was too naive to understand. I thought it was my fault. I was told it was my fault. He was my boyfriend, husband, therefore it cannot be rape. A slap in the face from the one I loved who could do no wrong, so I let him get away with it because I loved him, and without him he told me I would be lost. Because I was ashamed. My family told me no one would want me. His family threatened me if I spoke his name, but my accusation was truth, but they made me afraid, so I swore myself to secrecy, believing I was unclean. Because my mother and aunt researched reactions, and I wasn't acting like the internet said I should. I was embarrassing the family name. I'm the worst. I'm unclean. Why can't I be good? Because I didn't want to believe he would do this to me, that it happened to me. Because I had to go to work living paycheck to paycheck, and reporting this would destroy my happy home, so I kept it hidden, still don't admit it. Because I didn't have enough evidence. My nightmares, my PTSD, my cries in the night that left me with restlessness. Not enough in a court of law. They only cared if I walked out of the house in a bra. But the first thing the cop asked me was, what was my drug of choice? Because I was automatically looked at as a liar who had a choice. Ridiculed for fighting back while being advised not to. Being told after the fact every wrong and stupid decision I should not do. As if it mattered. As if my pain didn't matter. Because no force was involved, but he threatened my life. I didn't have any marks on me, just my shattered life. Because I saw my dad posted on social media why you shouldn't believe women. Because I had no faith in the justice system. And marks covering me was insufficient. The cops asked me if my clothing choices could have made this happen. After suffering the embarrassment and humiliation and judgment, in addition to being violated, raped, touched with no consent, after being asked if I wanted to ruin his life as if he had not ruined mine, After being kept up for 24 hours documenting my story and all my bruises, my day in court was still denied because the prosecutor was afraid they'd lose it. My rape kit's still in the warehouse untested. There is more shame for the raped than the rapist. If it did go to court, they would make me relive it. Rape culture is constantly adored. Sex crimes and abuse willfully ignored. I knew my pain would be shown the door. For all these reasons and more, that's why I didn't report. I start to remember, and the flashbacks ensue. The trauma why I didn't report. It happened to me too. 13 reasons why I can't stand Kavanaugh's proceeding. Can I hit rewind and not have to feel this? Is it time for us to rise up, scream out that we've had enough? Rise up and vote them out, because they silence our shouts and re-victimize us when they trivialize her. When are we gonna rise up as they show us they don't care? Cause the president laughs, but our pain is not a joke. We will prove our voices count when we report to the polls. Survivors will rise up and shape an America that cares. Cause these midterms are coming up. Cast your vote for the nation's soul. Rise up and report to the polls. Survivors will rise up and shape an America that cares. An America that cares. And that is my newest Rise Up America song. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Share this video with your friends. And once again, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-7233. And the National Sexual Assault Hotline is 1-800-656-4673. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I hope every one of you has a great day. And also, call your senators to vote no on Kavanaugh. But one, I don't like his ideal. This is why I don't support him. I don't like his ideals. His position not just on Roe v. Wade and abortion rights, but Roe v. Wade is also a right to privacy, by the way. So not just his positions on Roe v. Wade and other conservative things, but also topics like voting rights. He would be such a disaster for that, for everything that we work towards. And so call your senators at okay, you can call your senators by calling 202-224-3121. Call your senators at 202-224-3121 and ask them to vote no on Kavanaugh. So especially on Manchin and Senator Susan Collins. Make sure you call your senators at 202-224-3121 and tell them to vote no on Kavanaugh. Tell them that our stories matter, our pain matters, and them moving Kavanaugh forward for a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court. At this point, Harvey Weinstein, if he didn't donate to Democrats, and if he was the Republican nominee, he would be on the Supreme Court. It's just a big slap in the face to all women. And if you think he's bad on women's issues now, like how bad his temperament and everything was, imagine if he gets on the Supreme Court and cases come before him. How could America even do that to us? They always do. We need to make an America that cares. Let's make an America that cares. So thank you guys for watching me, and have a good night. I'm not sure if it stopped.